Okay, so everybody knows the Muay Thai Roundhouse Kick, one of the strongest kicks in all of martial arts. I brought my man Josh Brackett here to teach it and what makes it so powerful, but I'll be honest, I think there's something that you're not gonna teach. And it's not because I think Josh is like a slouch or anything. It's just every single time I've seen someone teach a roundhouse kick, I've never seen this small detail. And I think it's a game changer. And I was so confident that he wouldn't say it, I figured, why not make it a little interesting? If you do say the thing that I'm thinking of, I'll let you roundhouse kick me in the leg.
Okay, without shin pads?
Without shin pads.
Okay, perfect.
Well, yeah, we're sparring later. Of course you would enjoy that. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't make it up. Obviously, I didn't make it up. Like,
You
it's the
invented
human.
this.
I may have invented the thought of teaching it.
Okay.
I don't even know how to teach it though.
Okay, that's a problem. The first thing is I just take my little small step. This allows my hips to open up a little bit here. I want to keep my leg pretty straight. I don't want to like have a broken baseball bat. I want to keep my leg like a baseball bat and I'm swinging it through. So if you were to step back, the momentum of my kick is going to take me through the target, right? So I got to be able to be on the ball of my foot. To generate more force, the point that I think about is pushing off the ground. Being on the ball of my foot, pushing off the ground and being violent with how I swing my arm, which opens up my hip, okay? So the more I can do that and use the ground, not just pick my leg up and kick, I can push off the ground, throw myself through the kick, and I almost think about throwing my hip at him.
Okay, so Josh just dropped a bunch of knowledge on you guys. Let's take a quick second to summarize. Thing number 1, push off with your kicking foot. Thing number 2, stay on the pads of your non-kicking foot while you pivot, thus turning your hips towards your kick. And the third thing he mentioned, keep your legs straight like a baseball bat. Okay, gotcha. Actually, one thing that's really interesting about the Muay Thai Roundhouse Kick, that straight leg, it's very similar to like the way that Kali uses the stick, and the way that I thought about it, they don't break the wrist as they hit. They keep it straight the whole time. And what I realized is that Muay Thai does it, if you checked it, bang, I would have to, if I chambered it and extended it, I have to do that at the right time. If I don't, it doesn't matter if I'm making contact here or if I like land it. I don't have to think about when I'm unchambering. That's a little cool detail that I thought.
Okay. So
that's not it.
Different. Okay, that's not it. I haven't touched on it. Okay.
Yeah.
The more I can swing this arm to open up my chest and throw my hip this way at him.
Okay, so thing number 1, thing number 2, and then the arm. Okay, so what's the arm doing?
There's a lot of different ways people teach it. Some people will go across this way. Some people will go down to their hip. I just try to keep it consistent with I kick and I teep and I do it all the same way. I mean, a little different when I knee.
What is it doing?
It's pulling myself through the kick.
Okay.
And it gives me a counterbalance.
Okay.
So it's not like when you try to generate a lot of force from here, you'll notice that you just can't really, you're not gonna be able to get your hip. Some people can kick hard from there.
Yeah.
And especially on a low kick, you know, you can do that if you're trying to stay in here.
Yeah,
but to really get a lot of force, you know, you'll always see people kind of swing their arm to get the power out of it.
Okay, got it. This is very similar to the way you run.
Correct.
Right, like opposite.
Ooh, yeah, same
okay,
thing.
cool. Anything else that's like a power generator?
Put me on the spot. Opening up the chest.
Opening up the chest.
Yep.
Boom. That's a big one. That's like huge, and especially Taekwondo.
Yep.
I'm gonna let you kick the bag.
Okay.
We're gonna record it in slow motion, and then I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
Just
Ready?
Kick.
Give it a go.
Okay.
Okay. Give me another go. Give me a high kick, if you're warmed up.
That's a good question there. High kick, warmed up. Not really warmed up.
Okay, so here's my thought process, and you guys will be able to see this. I think that one of the biggest parts of throwing the roundhouse kick, especially high, is pulling this movement, this tiny little thing right here. Boom, see how you get these ripples in the calf and the front leg? I think that pulling with the front leg is almost as equally important as pushing off the back leg. I think it might even almost be more important.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how to teach it though. How to teach the isolation of it, right?
Right.
Like I can go, okay, shut up dummy dumb 4 hours ago, Seth. I'll take this from here. So, do you remember when I said this? This is very similar to the way you run.
Correct.
Right, like opposite.
Ooh, yeah.
Good, glad you remembered. That was like 10 seconds ago. But let's take more notes from runners. Here's a random guy who happens to be a sprinter from Jamaica.
Now, so many people emphasize the turning and the pivoting of the front foot, what causes our hips to go left to right and gives us that side-to-side momentum. However, there's so much of the forwards momentum that we miss out on because we don't look at how we move forwards. Now, the drive actually starts with a pulling mechanic. Watch how his front leg here goes pull, boom, and then pushes himself forwards. For us, the only difference is we pull and then rotate to get that left to right momentum added as well.
What you'll notice is that anytime anybody kicks, especially in Muay Thai, they go like even if a switch kick, boom, it ends with this and then this motion, this tiny little.
It's almost simultaneous.
Yeah, right. Even when you're like switching, boom, it's always here and then like a plant in a direction, almost like I'm pulling myself to run forwards. Along with turning, I think there's a split second, bang, where it goes.
And when making such a bold statement, you kind of have to do some research, so it's exactly what I did. Here we have Stephen Wonderboy Thompson pulling with his front leg to throw this high kick. Watch it. He loads and then explodes, pulling and then pushing. Now Bazooka Joe. Now Bazooka Joe's going to show a couple different looks here, but as he steps forwards, he plants his toes and pulls his body in, and his knees and his hips especially. Watch him pull him forwards. Now let's watch his back leg to see how much he pushes off. Small amount. He goes push with the back, pull with the front, just like a sprinter would do. Boom. Now, last but certainly not least, watch this. Boom. Watch and keep close eye on the fact that the foot pulls and only then does the hip follow and rotate after the pull, not the push.
Thank God I don't have to get leg kicked. Well, first off, valid.
Well, what does that mean? If I say not, does that mean I get to leg kick you?
You already beat me up in the red lights.
No, it's good.
What else can we
I
possibly
think
do?
it's valid. Yeah, I think it's something that's not touched on.
Yeah. So the secret of Muay Thai.
Let's relax on that.
If you found somebody else talked about this, then you can comment. And yeah, I didn't invent it. But if you can't,
And then I get to kick you. Any comment?
yeah, no, totally. We'll definitely touch back on that. If I see that comment, I'm not going to delete it.
Right.
So I think the way that I want to teach it from now on to people who like know what they're doing a little bit, I guess. Push, pull, and then turn afterwards. So let the momentum turn. Boom, boom, bang. That's just what I'm going to do from now on. And I kind of, in order to validate the idea that maybe I know how to throw a roundhouse kick, I brought you so you could show them, and then I just like nitpick it.
Okay,
Cool.
good.
If you like this, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications. Come join us. 36 Chambers. Yeah. He might not kick you unless you don't subscribe. Bam!